Welcome back to God, Family, and Guns.
Yes, Maggie, it's good to see you again.
Hey, it's still great to be here. It is always awesome to see you, Mark.
Yeah, vice versa, vice versa.
How you been?
I've been good. You?
Not complaining at all. It's a beautiful day.
Gosh, it really is. And I noticed you rode the motorcycle in.
Yes!
That's kind of awesome. Tell us about that motorcycle.
Okay, so my hoopty, my beautiful hoopty, is a 1978 Honda 750. And so carburetors, not fuel injected. Carburetors have gremlins. My bike has gremlins aplenty. In fact, some of them knew Morse code and were playing with my electrical system. So I didn't exactly have a reliable headlight last year, so I did not do any night riding.
Okay.
So problems fixed, and I'm back on the road, and yeah, supposed to snow tomorrow.
Awesome. Now, I didn't even know you rode motorcycles until the last time we filmed. You brought up, when we were talking about your knee, that you're ready to get back on the motorcycle. So is this your first motorcycle, or how long have you been riding motorcycles?
I have been on two-wheeled vehicles of single power, personal power or battery power or motor power since I was little, but this is my very first big kid motorcycle.
Gotcha.
And I adopted this motorcycle back in 2019, I think.
Nice.
And then some friends of mine were like, well, just bring it over to the shop. We'll just give it a tune-up. Within like 3 hours, this thing was down to the bare frame. And I'm like, and everything is labeled in boxes and everything. And I'm like, this doesn't look like a tune-up. And they're like, yeah, we're going to repaint it for you. We're
good friends.
So
wow.
I know.
Wow,
this is the gun community right here, because I would not have met these really cool people if it weren't for the gun community. So this is now I know more about, I'm learning more about motorcycles. Every day I learn I know nothing. Every day I realize that I am dumber than the day before. So
that's a cool motorcycle, though.
Thank you.
I love the older ones. What do you love about that motorcycle?
That I can keep up with all the geezers that I ride with. Hi, Dad. So yeah, the fellas that I cruise around with are much older than I am, and they are all on bikes, very new, pretty darn new. But I have antique plates on mine, and I get to cruise around. I can keep up with them on the highway. It's so nice. I love riding. It's my daily driver at work in the summer, spring, and fall when it's nice and not raining. I still like climate control and not being wet, or snowed on.
Sure.
So I have a nice little four-wheel drive truck for that I cruise around in on.
Well, you're ready for all the
weather
elements,
days.
Missouri, aren't you?
Yeah. And unless I can't push the clutch with my left leg, and then I'm like, oh, heck.
So is it getting better, the leg?
Yes,
Good.
much better.
Well, you rode the motorcycle, and so apparently it's working.
I did. So, yeah, I'm so excited.
Well, good, and just in time for spring. I mean, look at that. That's perfect. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I am pushing. I think I'll be over 450 miles by the end of today, post-surgery on the motorcycle. So
now, did you pick that motorcycle out? Was it something did you adopt it? Was it hand-me-down? Like what
I fell in love with it. It was in terrible shape. I went to a friend's garage, and he was trying to get me to pick out a nicer motorcycle, and he's like, look at this one, and I'm like, I like that rust bucket right there. And he's like, are you really sure? I'm like, yeah, what is this? Tell me more. And so he was like, okay, well, it's a 1978, it's a Honda CB750K, and here's everything about it. You've got carburetors. There's an aftermarket header on it, because the old ones used to have 2 pipes that came down on either side. Mine has 4 pipes into one. I have an aftermarket Kirker header on mine. She purrs.
I bet.
She purrs.
Maybe when we leave, you can fire it up.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. She doesn't like to be cold, just like me. So, you pull her out of the garage first thing in the morning, and she's like, nope, screw you, screw you, screw you, screw you. I'm not starting up. And then, you know, you let it warm up.
That does the same thing. Yeah.
But once it warms up,
Yeah, it's just carbureted.
That's what it is. There's gremlins that live there.
Yeah, you got to cough all that out if they've been sitting a while.
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
Which means that it can't sit. So I have to ride.
Yeah.
So that's a good
Do you have like a saddlebag for like a lever action rifle on it, or
No, although it was brought up by some of my amazing friends and awesome customers that we all need to learn how to shoot left-handed and start practicing like the motorcycle trials. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. I really want to do those real slow style rodeos where they are sitting still on the bike and holding that idle, and it is just, it's a ballet of the hands.
Gosh,
it's
I've
all right
never
up there.
heard
Yeah, you should
YouTube it.
You should watch some of those. That they
It's
just
called, what is it called?
they do like rodeo courses, motorcycle rodeo courses, and it's these really tight turns, and these guys are on big cruiser bikes, like huge baggers, and they lean, and their footrests on the sides are just ground to blades because they go around the turns and everything. And I'm like, I need to learn how to practice this. I want to be able to do like a figure 8 in a single parking place, you know, like I can learn.
Yeah.
I can't do it today, but I can practice and I can get better.
Absolutely.
So
maybe one day we'll see you at the motorcycle rodeo.
that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
That would be really awesome. Yeah, which is another reason I have the hat. This hides the worst case of helmet head you have ever seen in your entire life.
That's funny.
There's no windshield on my bike, so the face catches all the bugs. So I have this really big helmet that is full face shield and everything like that. So it eats the bugs for me, so I don't have to.
It's a great hat, though. That's a great hat. Yeah.
and you know, it rides in the helmet bag when I'm not on the. That's why it's all crumpled up and wrinkled. So.
Awesome. Well, I'm so glad you're back out there. That's great.
Heck yes.
Good.
Heck yes.
Well, Maggie, thank you so much. We always appreciate you. So we'll just see you next time.
All right. Thanks for having me. Take care. Bye, Internet.